everybody, Alan Smith here with Hawaii Truckin and TruckingSocialMedia.com. We are on the first annual Lady Truck Driver Cruise, and we left Nassau earlier today. We're headed back to Fort Lauderdale. It's been a great trip. Hey, I'm joined here with professional driver Cheryl Lynn Bean from Hawaii, a member of the Real Women in Trucking organization. We're going to talk a little bit, find out a little bit about her and what she's up to and what's it like to drive a truck in Hawaii. So, Cheryl, thanks for joining me.
Welcome. Thank you for having me.
Now, how long have you been driving professionally?
I have my CDL license for 20 years, just a little over 20 years, but 15 years I've been driving. 15 years. And this isn't the first time you've been to the lower 48, is it? Yes.
It is?
Actually, yes. I've been to a couple of other states, not for vacation.
Okay.
So, yeah, this is my first time for vacation.
All right. Born and raised in Hawaii?
Born and raised in Hawaii, yes.
And where in Hawaii do you live? What island?
I live on Oahu. I'm born and raised on the Big Island of Hawaii.
So how you been liking the cruise?
I love it. I thought I would be seasick, but I did great. I think it's an awesome cruise. It was great meeting all the ladies. I never knew so many drivers from all different states, which is awesome. Alan and his wife Donna has been great. I love them, and they've been an advocate for CDL drivers many years, right?
Many years, yes. But you're the first. I mean, I was so glad to meet you because, you know, being from Hawaii, that's really interesting to me. What's it like driving a truck in Hawaii?
Pretty much like in New York City.
New York City? We can all relate to that.
Yeah, right. It's always busy. It's well, in Oahu it's been busy because we have the light rail that they've been trying to build for the past year and a half, 2 years, and the traffic has been backed up and crazy. But we're dealing with it. I think most of the time we're standby traffic. But it's pretty much like anywhere else. We started to go into super dumps instead of having end dump stops to get into smaller areas. But we spent 8 to 10 hours sometimes on the road. We can probably reverse backwards on the island and go forward as many as 8 times a day, I think.
Really?
Because it's so small compared to how many hours and miles these guys put in. It's like, you put a lot of miles and hours in.
So you drive dumps. Specifically, what do you drive? What kind of truck?
Well, I can drive end dumps, reefers, flat racks, super dumps. You gotta be versatile if you want the job. So.
And that could be dangerous work.
It is. It is in some areas, and some. Actually, it's pretty dangerous, but.
It is because I've never driven dumps, but I know you've got to set the platform, and if you set it wrong, if the sand is soft, I've seen many of those things tip over.
Yes.
And so you.
Yeah.
So you got to be a pretty good driver to handle those things.
Yeah, we are. I think we have to because the areas that we dump at sometimes it's so soft. It's unpredictable. Sometimes you have sinkholes, so we gotta really watch. I pave a lot, and I also pull I'm hopefully going into Bellboy.
What drew you to the Real Women in Trucking organization?
I was looking for more information on ladies driving. I wanted to start go back a little bit. What I was trying to do was to build a camaraderie with ladies drivers in Hawaii. When I was punching it up and looking for more information, and I found Desiree and the Real Women Trucking. When I pulled that up, I was like, man, this is kind of like what I'm trying to do here in Hawaii, just a smaller entity of what she's trying to do throughout the states. So when I called her and I talked to her, and I was like, hey, I kind of am trying to do the same thing. So she goes, well, come on board and find out a little bit more. And so this really has been a lot of help for me. She's been talking with me a lot, trying to get things organized. It's been great having her, So what I'm trying to do is try to coordinate these ladies to come together. Because, I guess everywhere ladies are harder to get along, in the trucking industry. So it's difficult but yet it's fun, and I think it's a challenge to get everybody together.
And you've done that though.
I did, and it's,
Right.
yeah.
Now, what's the name of your organization?
It's Ladies of Hawaii Trucking.
Ladies of Hawaii Truckin. And how many of you are there?
There's 12 of us right now because it's the first year. I'm hoping to start another calendar for next year, and that will be a whole different 12 ladies again. So I'm trying to keep the same ladies on the next 12 months, and I'm hoping to continue it like that. So just continuing the calendar, but also we're not only there just for the calendar, but we're there to empower the ladies. And what I'm trying to do is go to educate the younger children in elementary schools. So we're trying to hit up the elementary schools with the calendars, teach them a little bit more about trucking and how not as bad as trucking is. You know how, because you go to the school and you ask them, how your parents feel about trucking? They're like, we don't like trucking, you know, because it's full of traffic. And it's just kind of a fun thing. But at the very end, the kids are like, no, we need to have our trucks, you know. So they're classes and always make us do more, you know.
Right.
It's kind of neat.
Well, and showing them that there's something more than other than being a secretary or whatever there is in Hawaii. I don't know, but there is a vocation out there.
And when they see us, they're like, whoa, this is lady here, you know, which is pretty exciting because even for men, you know, like I was telling Desiree earlier, for men, when they see the ladies, they kind of let us go by. You know, it's not like, you know, some places they kind of like stop for you. It's interesting to see because I didn't see it in Hawaii.
Yeah, well, that's one thing you learn kind of around here. I mean, trucking's tough. We all know trucking's tough. It's tough for men and it's tough for women. But it can be tough for women here. But what Cheryl was telling me about the ladies in Hawaii, they're treated a little bit, they can be treated a little bit differently from the men. Tell us about that. The men that you work with, they work with you. How do they treat you?
Actually, I'm very spoiled with the company that I'm with. They let me do not the easy work, but the work that they think they know I can do. So they'll say, oh, you do this job, I'll do that job. I kind of want to do paving, because paving is like standing by all the time. I want to be moving all the time. And I'm saying, okay, you did a fast job, good, but sit down and wait. Which is good for me. You know, they sit there and wait for 3 hours to get paid, you know. But yeah, they like it.
Because you told me that the men there treat their women like queens.
They do. Right. So actually my next calendar, I think we're going to I'm going to call my next calendar the Princess of the Highway.
Oh, really?
So I think that's what our next calendar is. Yeah.
Now what's the name of your website?
It's Ladies of Hawaii, ladiesofhawaii.com.
Ladiesofhawaii.com. All right, so ladiesofhawaii.com. Well, let me ask you this, because when I first saw you, it's like, you don't look like a truck driver. I never would have guessed you were a truck. How did you get involved in trucking? What in your life brought you to trucking? How did all that come about?
Well, actually, I started out of high school. I was a cane truck driver, believe it or not. So I did the cane truck driving for a while, and then I did just sand hauling, which is really easy jobs. It was overnight jobs, you know. And then after that, I had MS, and then I was on dialysis for 7 years. And after that, I had a kidney transplant. And after being out for 15 years, I told my husband, I gotta get back to work. But the thing is, getting back to work, I wanted a job that would pay me well, and I didn't have to work as hard, you know? So being a truck driver, you know, I didn't choose a job, the kind of job I wanted to do. You could do an FC job and get in a truck, which I didn't want to do something like that. I just wanted to get in my truck, drive all day, and not be dirty. And I found the job, and that's awesome. So that's how I started. I figured I'd go back into the same job that I used to do.
Yeah, wow. So you've been through a lot.
I have been.
And you know, most of the women I've met here have been through a lot.
I just met all of them, and yeah, they've been through a lot.
And the ones here, and the real women in trucking, I mean, what's the website?
Ladies of Hawaii.
Ladiesofhawaii.com. And you all love it. You love what you do, even though it's tough and it can be rough, but you love what you do.
And we do, yes.
Wow. Well, are you planning on coming back next year?
Yes, definitely. Yes. I'm hoping to bring more of the ladies soon.
Oh, I'd love to.
Yeah.
Love to. Bring them all. Bring all the 11.
I tell all of them to come. come and they say, oh, I don't know about it, you know. A lot of them haven't been on the island, so kind of a lot of them was afraid to go. But I'm hoping that me coming this one, I will hopefully bring them on the next.
Yeah, they'll see all this video and they'll see how much fun you have.
Yeah.
All right, well, thanks for joining me. I
Thank you very
appreciate it.
much.
I'll let you get back because
Yes.
Cheryl has another group that she's got to get at. So
Yes.
thanks a lot, Cheryl.
Thank you.
All
Take
right.
care.
We'll see you.
Aloha.